doing here? You're the last person I'd expect to see. Okay, Smoker. So, what's your name? Okay, well, I'm Graffiti. So, for those who don't know, subscribe, share, like if you want. You're going to want to like, because this man, I got his deck list down below for him. So, there's not much else we can say besides, let's get right into it. So, this guy, what am I going to do? Hope you enjoy. Stop that. Today, Smoker. Times 1 Dawn, activate main once per turn. Give up to one of your opponent's characters, -1 cost till end of turn. Then, if there's a character with a cost of 0, this leader gains plus 1000 power till end of turn. If you saw my Structure Deck 6 video, then you're going to see a lot of similarities with this video as well, so I do apologize for that. But there's not a lot of options for black as of today. Set 3 was released just yesterday on this as of recording today. So be on the lookout for updates on the channel in the weeks to come. But this is the selection I have chosen so far, focusing on the cost reduction and the removal aspect, all without sacrificing consistency and strength for the deck. So looking at the event cards to possibly play, it was kind of challenging. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. Here are the characters that will reduce the cost, helping you keep the synergy and the flow of the game with your leader and other characters that do have effects. But Helmpo, I will butcher names. I apologize. I have 4 of these, 3,000 for 2, 1k counter on play. Give up to one of your opponent's character, -3 cost. That's pretty self-explanatory, reducing the cost. Up next, Belle Marie, 1000 for 1, 1k counter side, activate main. You may rest this character, give up to one of your opponent's character, -1 cost during this turn. Then, up to one of your leader or character cards gain plus 1000 power during this turn. So a little stats buff for your side, a reduction on theirs. Do not want to play it in a mirror match. That's read the board on that. It's just, in terms of Smoker on their side on, the character or the leader, it helps them get in range as well. So mirror match is something you don't really want to put these down. Speaking of ones you don't really want to put down, Suru, no power, 1 drop, 2k counter on play, give -2 cost to one of your opponent's characters till the turn. Usually it's a 2k counter. A lot of times in the mirror match it is, definitely. Other than that, it is great to see early. It helps you keep them going. And it's just fun overall. Up next, Tashigi, 4000 power for 3, 2k counter side. Black is really heavy in the 2k counters if you haven't realized that yet. But activate main. You may rest this character to give up to one of your opponent's character -2 cost during this turn. Pretty good to see long term. With that 4000 power, it's a great strength to see even. So throwing 1 Dawn onto it when needed to help fight into the battles is another great thing about it. Basic blocker, Hina, 6000 power for 5. Only 3 of these. It's a 1k counter on the side, but as blocker. Also on block, select up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less. The selected character cannot attack during this turn. So not only that helps you evade an attack if they're not really reading the board or paying attention. So, but that 6000 power also stays alive a lot of times, and dropping this to 1000 counter on it sometimes just saves it as well. I chose Donquitoe Rosinante. It's a workhorse, is what it means. But it not work. 2000 power for 2, 1k counter side, anyone could fit in your Suru, the one from the structure deck. But either way, it's just a simple blocker. With all these here, they help you keep the Smoker getting in line to being activated easier. Also gives you a chance to play one of your Kobys. About 4 of these, 4000 power for 3, 1k counter side. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If you do, you KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3 or less cost. So these will help you definitely see that range. Helmpo again, 3000 for 3, 1k counter side. When attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. Then if there's a character with a cost of 0, this character gains plus 2000 power during this battle. So it's 5000 for 3 ultimately. It's pretty solid as long as you're doing the job with these. The trigger on it is to play it free character when it's taken. So, not much more you can really ask for. I feel that's pretty aggressive while keeping on the cost as well, cost reduction as well. Smoker deck and a smoker makes sense. I'm only running 3. 4 is good as well. It's just my build here. 4,000 for 3. 1k counter on the side. This character cannot be KO'd by effects. When attacking, if there is a character with a cost of 0, this character gains plus 2,000 power during this battle. So essentially it's a 6,000 power for 3 when attacking, as long as your synergy is working. Up next, Monkey.D Garp, 3,000 power for 2. I have 4 of these. Again, 2k counter. Such a strong ability right there. 2 times Dawn. When attacking, K up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. Removal for a 5k counter attacking. I mean, well, you're giving 2 Dawns and you're getting the effect as well. So, I mean, essentially, you know, a 5k for 2. Well, 4, I guess. That's how you want to look at it mathematically. Either way, Sengoku? Either way, 3,000 for 3. 2 drop, 2k counter. Times 1 Dawn when attacking. Give up to one of your opponent's characters a -2 cost during this turn. Again, 2k counter. Reduction as well, keeping that synergy in line. Just the aggression and, you know, just cards doing what they should together. Another line of smokers here. I only have 3 of them. 5 seems really clunky because this one does not have the counter on it. But it's a 7,000 power for 5. This character cannot be KO'd by effects as well. Times 1 Dawn. If there's a character with a cost of 0, this character gains double attack. That means they draw 2 cards. Oh, such a good card. Monkey.D Garp, 6,000 for 5. No counter as well. Activate main. 3 of these as well. But when you activate this main, you may trash 1 card from your hand and rest this character. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. These 2 came from Structured Deck 6. They're pretty decent. Like, if you're playing black, like I said, most of the time you'll see most of these cards. So it's just, they do their job well. Speaking of doing their job well, Meteor Volcano for 2. Main, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less. Trigger, draw 2 cards, and then trash 1 card from your hand. For me, it's really about the trigger, because card advantage is key. Unless you're playing blue, then they really don't care about that. But point being, that's to me where it's at. It's also if you need to get something off the board quickly, it helps you with your synergy of reduction as well. And speaking of cards from Structured Deck 6, finishing up with Shockwave. 3 of these for 2. Counter. It's a 4k counter for 2, essentially, with the ability to KO up to one of your opponent's active characters with a cost of 3 or less. That's the key thing. A lot of times I see they want to target something that's rested. I've been guilty of it myself. You got to read the card, right? The trigger is K up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Doesn't matter at rested or not. So that's pretty solid. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and share. Tell me in the comments below what you would do different or what you liked about it. And like I said before, I will have a few extra cards noted there in the end in the description that weren't included here because, like I said, budget's different for everybody. Have a good one.